Right now, we are tracking this winter storm that is sweeping across central Indiana. Some areas could see snow, sleet, and freezing rain.
So let's take a live look outside at the conditions right now at 6 o'clock. This is I-70 and I-65 at the North Split. You can see traffic is moving along quite well, but it is kind of that hazy look out there. Much of our area is under a winter weather advisory right now.
And that's why our team of meteorologists issued a weather impact alert day. Our live team coverage tonight at 6 includes Karen Campbell, who's been keeping track of the road conditions. But let's begin with Angela. So I think everybody wants to know what's happening now and what's coming in later tonight.
Yes, and we'll start with the now, and I'm going to warn you now, alert you the fact that this is going to go on for the next several hours. So even though the roads for the most part are wet now, they will get icy and they will get snow covered the farther north you are. This is a large winter storm, high impact. We have rain, sleet, freezing rain and snow, and the end of this weather system still in St. Louis. Local analysis shows the cold rain at times mixing with a little bit of sleet from downtown Indianapolis and Marion County south to Greenwood into Martinsville, Ellettsville and Bloomington. Once we go north, we start to see the sleet and freezing rain, and north of there it's freezing rain to snow. Complex storm system that we will continue to track. We are expecting ice accumulations if you are north of Indianapolis, and then north of Lafayette, Kokomo, Marion line, there will be ice and snow accumulations. You can see it here with Future Track 13. This is going to continue over the next several hours. We don't expect this storm system to clear the state until after midnight. Our own Karen Campbell is out on the roads and joins us with the latest from Boone County. What's it like where you are, Karen?
Hey there, Angela. So on this evening commute, the rain has started to pick up more since we've been here just in the last hour. Again, we're on 65 heading away from Lebanon, still, of course, in Boone County. And one thing that we've noticed recently was we've seen a lot of INDOT trucks on the highways. You can actually see one now that is in front of us. Of course, we are keeping our distance. That's what INDOT is recommending that drivers do as they treat these roads ahead of, what we are expecting tonight. You talked about that ice. You talked about that freezing rain. That's why the trucks are out here doing their jobs, of course, to keep drivers on the road safe. And, we haven't seen that much traffic on the roads. We are hoping a lot of people got the warning. They got the message about this winter weather approaching, so they were able to leave work a little early tonight to beat this weather. But again, we are just seeing wet pavement right now. And again, the INDOT trucks on the roads doing their jobs, treating these roadways, again, just to get ahead of this winter storm that is coming in later tonight.
All right, Karen reporting live for us tonight. Thanks so much. Be careful out there. And don't worry, we've got you covered because you can get real-time alerts about the storm and we'll send them right to your phone. All you have to do to have that is make sure you've downloaded our Live Doppler 13 weather app. It's free in your phone's app store.
A jury deliberated for about an hour today before finding Orlando Mitchell guilty of the murder of his ex-girlfriend, Crystal Walton.
Mitchell shot and killed her outside a Westside daycare right after she had just dropped off her 2 kids. Rich Nye has a reaction to that verdict now from her dad.
The jury rejected the defense argument that Orlando Mitchell shot and killed Crystal Walton in sudden heat. His attorneys wanted a voluntary manslaughter conviction. The jury decided this was premeditated murder.
This is just a waste of time. This was a formality that I guess that has to be put in place or whatever, but it wasn't necessary. We knew the outcome, So again, we're jumping for joy on the inside, but at the same time, we're still trying to figure out why this what we call due process hurts so bad.
Mitchell shot and killed Walton on September 16, 2022, after she dropped off her kids, including his 1-year-old son, at daycare.
King, my grandson, it's a clean slate with him. He is going to he's going to be something. He's going to be a lot more than what we just saw in there. That trash. I don't want to get too much started on that, but King is going to be something. He doesn't have a choice because he's got a village that is raising and protecting him.
Mitchell will be sentenced for the murder of Crystal Walton on April 1st. He's due back here for a court hearing March 7th in his other murder case. That's a death penalty trial.
Mitchell is charged with the strangulation death of Deputy John Durham in July of 2023 in the transport bay of the jail.
The consequence of the murder conviction will certainly have a direct impact on the statutory aggravators that we have alleged in Deputy Durham's case. And so this result was not only important to the Walton family and everything that they've had to experience, but it's also important moving forward with other cases that we have pending.
No trial date is set yet for the Deputy Durham murder case. Rich Nye, 13 News.
Orlando Mitchell was shot in the leg by police when he was arrested for Crystal Walton's murder. Deputy Durham was returning to the jail after taking Mitchell to the hospital for a checkup on his leg when Durham was killed.
Tonight, a heartbreaking update to a story that we've been following for you outside of Hendricks County.
Yeah, we're learning more tonight about that 3-year-old boy who was critically injured following a crash that happened 1 week ago. 3-year-old Eris suffered burns to 60% of his body after that crash in Plainfield last Wednesday. That accident also killed his 2-month-old sister, Iris.
The boy's mom is now telling 13 News that her son will be able to donate his kidneys, his liver, and heart valves to other children who right now are waiting and in need of these life-saving organs.
She shared this statement with our Jenny Runovich today, saying in part, he truly is a superhero in the way he's been able to brighten anyone's day in almost an instant with all the silly things he says and his smile that is the most contagious I've ever seen.
The children were riding in their dad's car when another driver crashed into them at US 40 and Ronald Reagan Parkway. The police in Plainfield say the suspect in the other car refused to stop for an Avon police officer before that collision. The
suspect, Sidoni Pettis, tonight is in the Hendricks County Jail facing several criminal charges.
Also tonight, a 19-year-old is in jail charged with murder and robbery.
Tyrese Randall is accused tonight in the death of 18-year-old Ariel Calhoun. Our Marina Silva talked with Ariel's mom today about getting the call that someone had finally been charged.
Crystal Connor has spent the last 14 months without her daughter Ariel, and for most of that, nobody had been charged. Now, that all changed as she got the call. Someone had been charged.
This is Ariel. This is her urn.
As Crystal Connor looks on her mantle every day, she's now reminded of her daughter Ariel. 19-year-old Tyrese Rendell is charged with murder and robbery resulting in serious bodily injury connected to her death. Ariel Calhoun was going to a gas station not far from home when her mother heard gunshots, later finding out her daughter was shot and killed. Court documents say it was phone records and social media allegedly tying Rendell to her death. Connor says while she did not give up hope, she is continuing to pray.
I didn't really rely on man because sometimes evidence don't come up. Sometimes we don't have enough of whatever the homicide detectives or whatever the prosecutors need. And so I know that can be a delay in things. And so, again, I didn't lose hope. I just let it lie where it lie, and I just left it with God.
Rendell has his first hearing Thursday morning. Reporting in Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Now, Connor says both Ariel and Tyrese went to school together, but she doesn't know if they knew each other.
Still to come, a bill to ban transgender women from women's college sports is now sparking debate over at the Indiana State House.
We break down this issue that's dividing lawmakers and what's already being done to address this very controversial topic.
And one of IndyCar's most famous drivers is headed for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, congratulations. Tonight we take a look back at the career of Helio Castroneves and how he made a name for himself among the best of the best.
Oh, he sure did, Anne-Marie. A mix of rain, ice, and snow tonight, and I'm tracking another storm system for the weekend. I'll have a look ahead.